In a quiet Filipino village tucked between dusty roads and rusted tin rooftops, life moved slowly, almost invisibly to the rest of the world. Roosters crowed before sunrise, children walked barefoot to school, and families survived on hope stretched thinner than their daily meals. Among them was a boy no one outside the village knew, a thin, soft-spoken child whose clothes were always a size too big and whose eyes carried stories far older than his years. He didn't own much. No phone, no guitar of his own, no dreams anyone took seriously. Music, for him, wasn't a luxury, it was an escape. Every night, when the village settled into silence, he would hum melodies he barely understood, songs he'd heard faintly through cracked radios or second-hand recordings passed around like treasure. One song haunted him more than any other: Hotel California. He didn't know where California was, or what the lyrics truly meant, but something about its haunting rhythm, its mystery, and its emotional weight spoke directly to his soul. While the world slept, he practiced quietly, afraid of being told to stop dreaming. He didn't know it yet, but his voice, shaped by struggle, hunger, and longing, was preparing for a moment that would shake millions. Hotel California was never meant to be easy. Even seasoned singers feared it, its range, its emotion, its legendary status. Yet this boy, with no formal training and no understanding of the song's history, felt it deeply. He sang it not to impress, but to survive. Each note carried the weight of nights without electricity, mornings without breakfast, and days when hope felt optional. He practiced wherever he could, by the river, behind school buildings, under mango trees, using a borrowed, beaten-up guitar with strings that cut into his fingers. People passing by would stop, confused at first. How could a child from nothing sound like that? His voice wasn't polished, it was raw, trembling, painfully honest. It didn't imitate the Eagles, it translated them, turning a rock classic into a cry from the heart. Some villagers shook their heads, saying dreams wouldn't feed him. Others listened in silence, feeling something they couldn't explain. Still, no one imagined that this voice, born in poverty, was about to travel farther than any of them ever would. When he finally stood on that stage, far from home, under blinding lights, the boy looked impossibly small. His hands shook. His clothes were simple. His English was broken. Judges glanced at each other, unsure what to expect. The audience murmured politely, prepared for disappointment. Then he began to sing. The first line fell into the room like a whisper, and suddenly, everything changed. His voice wasn't loud, it was haunting. Each word carried a lifetime of emotion, each note soaked in sincerity. The crowd leaned forward. Judges froze. By the chorus, disbelief rippled through the room. This wasn't just a performance, it was a confession, a memory, a wound being reopened and healed at the same time. When he reached the iconic guitar solo, time seemed to slow. Tears welled in eyes that had seen thousands of auditions. The audience erupted, not in noise, but in stunned silence, before exploding into applause. In that moment, the boy wasn't poor. He wasn't unknown. He wasn't invisible. He was unstoppable. What made his performance unforgettable wasn't technical perfection. It was truth. The world has heard Hotel California thousands of times, but never like this. His voice carried the sound of survival. It reminded people of their own forgotten dreams, their own struggles, their own nights of quiet desperation. Listeners didn't just hear him. They recognized themselves in him. Social media lit up within hours. Clips spread across continents. Comments poured in from people who didn't speak English, didn't know the song, didn't even follow talent shows, yet felt compelled to watch again and again. "I don't know why I'm crying," one wrote. "This healed something in me," said another. The boy from the village had done the impossible. He turned a classic rock song into a universal language of pain, hope, and redemption. The world wasn't ready, not because he wasn't good enough, but because no one expected such power to come from someone with nothing. Overnight, everything changed, but not the way fairy tales promise. Fame didn't erase his past, it honored it. Interviews revealed his story. The hunger, the borrowed guitar, the nights of doubt. Instead of shame, he spoke with gratitude. He thanked his parents, his village, even his struggles, for shaping his voice. Music producers reached out. Musicians praised him. Legends acknowledged him. Yet the most powerful moment came when he returned home. the same dusty roads, the same tin roofs. But now, children gathered around him, eyes wide with belief. His story became proof that talent doesn't belong to privilege, and that dreams don't need permission. He wasn't just singing anymore. He was representing millions of unheard voices, reminding the world that greatness can rise from the humblest places. Today, whenever Hotel California plays, something has changed. For those who heard him, the song no longer belongs only to history. It belongs to hope. It carries the echo of a boy who sang not to be famous, but to be free. His performance didn't just go viral. It became a moment, a reminder, a quiet revolution. The world wasn't ready, because the world often forgets where true magic comes from. But now it knows. Somewhere in a small Filipino village, a child dared to sing beyond his circumstances, and in doing so, reminded millions that the most powerful voices often rise from silence. And long after the applause fades, his voice will remain, proof that sometimes all it takes to change the world is one brave song.